the question that we did in the previous class, we will first of all revise that question, then we will move to the next question. So based on the past adjustment, we did one question only in the last session, like this. So first of all, I told you that whenever we solve question based on the past adjustment, we have to make a format like this. This is a statement of past adjustment. Whenever you will be solving any question that is regarding the past adjustment, you will have to prepare this kind of statement. And in this statement, basically we have to record two items. First will be the amount that should have been credited and amount that is already wrongly credited. So these items are recorded and then we find out the differences. And depending upon the difference we get, if we are getting a negative value in the difference column, then it means that particular partner's capital account will be debited. And if we are having a positive value in the differences column, then such partner's account will be credited by that particular amount. So based on the past adjustment, we did question number 43 in the last session. So I hope this question is clear. In this question, there was a problem that interest was not credited to the partner's capital account, and without paying for the interest, we have just a minute. Okay, that is not regarding the interest. So Ria, Mohan, and Nisha shared profit. Okay, so in this question, we have wrongly credited the profit. So we did this question in the last class, and just a minute. Okay, just confirm whether we have also completed question number 44 or not. We did question number 44 in the last class, yes or no? P and Q or
This
partners.
we have completed.
Question 44 completed.
Yeah.
We did 2 sessions of the past adjustment, or we have only taken only 1 session of the past adjustment. I think we did 2 sessions based on the past adjustment, right? Okay, anyway, so let's move to the next question. Question number 45, Azad and Benny. Did we completed this question as well? Yes or no, guys? Question 45. No?
No, sir.
All right. So guys, we will continue today's class with question number 45. So in this question is also based on the past adjustment. So we will have to rectify the error and then we will have to pass the general entries. So let's read the question first of all. So question is saying that Azad and Benny are equal partners. Their capitals are 40,000 and 50,000 respectively. After the accounts for the year had been prepared, it was noticed that interest at the rate 5% per annum as provided in the partnership deed was not credited. Okay, so we forgot to credit the interest of the partner. And before distribution of the profit, it is decided to pass an adjustment entry in the beginning of the next year. Okay, so because we completely forgot to pass the we completely forgot to credit the interest on capital. So therefore, we have decided to pass the necessary adjustment entry to rectify the error. All right. So this question is also based on the past adjustment. So we will continue with the, first of all, we will make the statement of past adjustment, and then we will be making necessary changes. So let's first of all, everyone just prepare the format of the past adjustment. Then we will continue with the solution. So I'm sure that all of you already know how to prepare the format of the past adjustment. So let me show you if anyone have missed the class. Statement showing past adjustment. particulars. Then if there are two partners, then we will have to make two columns for each partner, for one column for Benny, then Azar. Okay. Now question is saying that their opening capital balances are 40,000 and 80,000. See, unless and until it is specified in the question about the capital, we will always consider that it is the opening capital balances that is given in the question. Listen to me very carefully. I'm saying that unless and until it is especially mentioned in the question, we will always presume that the balances given in the question regarding the capital is the opening capital balance. If it is given that these balances are closing balance, then we will only, in such a situation, we will consider that these balances are closing balance. Since in this question, nowhere it is mentioned in the question that these are, whether these are the closing balances or the opening balances. So we will simply presume that these are the opening capital balances. So why it is important to identify whether it is the opening capital balance or the closing capital balance? Because interest on capital is always calculated on the opening capital balances. Remember, always interest on capital is always calculated on the opening capital balances and not on the closing capital balance. If in any question closing capital balances are given, then in such a situation we will have to find out the opening capital balance, and then only we will be able to find out the interest on capital. So as in this question it is not specifically mentioned whether these capital balances are closing or opening, we can simply presume that these are the opening capital balances. So moving on. Now the problem is that we forgot to credit the interest among the partners. So first of all, could anyone tell me how it is going to impact the profit? If partners forgot to credit the interest on capital, how it is going to affect the profit of the firm? Sir, if interest on capital is not deducted, if interest is not deducted or credited among the partners, then it will increase the amount of profit, divisible profit, obviously. Listen to me very carefully. If interest is not divided or deducted or credited among the partners, then in such a situation, such interest must have been considered as a divisible profit, and the amount of interest must have increased the total amount of divisible profit, and therefore we must have computed wrong divisible profit, and the entire amount of interest must have been earlier credited among the partners by way of profit. Listen to me very, very carefully. I'm saying that if we forgot to credit the interest among the partner, then it means that we have credited such interest by way of profit among the partners. Instead of giving it as the interest on capital, we have given the same amount among the partners by way of profit. And as you already know that profit is divided depending upon the profit sharing ratio. So interest that should be credited among the partners at a particular rate, Let's suppose the rate of interest was 10% per annum. But instead of crediting the interest on capital at the rate of 10% per annum, we have by mistake divided such interest considering that it is a profit, and such profit must have been allocated among the partner by way of profit share. In the profit sharing ratio. So now in order to correct, we will prepare a statement which is known as a statement showing past adjustment. So in this statement, the first thing that we are going to write is the amount that should have been credited. Amount should have been credited, and then amount already credited. See, first of all, tell me how much amount should have been credited. Sir, interest at the rate 5% should have been credited to the partners. So let's write down interest should have been credited. Interest at the rate 5% per annum should have been credited. If interest would have been credited, then the amount of interest that must have been given to the partner should be 5% on 40,000. 5% 40,000 will be 2,000. Okay. And then 5% of 80,000 is 4,000. Okay. So these amounts should have been credited among the partner. But these, instead of credited among the partners by way of interest, these are divided among the partners by way of profit. So we have credited these value by way of profit. Guys, don't write anything. Just try to understand. I'll give you time to note everything down. Just try to understand what I'm doing here. So earlier, the interest should have been credited 5% on 40,000 will be 2,000 and 5% of 80,000, 4,000. But the same amount must have been divided among the partner by way of profit, and the profit sharing ratio among the partner was equal. Okay, so they are sharing the profit and losses equally. That means the 6,000 must have been divided among the partners equally. That means Benny must have got 3,000 by way of profit, and Azad must have got 3,000 as well by way of profit. However, Benny should have only got 2,000 by way of interest on capital, and Azad, instead of 3,000, he should have got 4,000. But we have forgot to credit their interest. Instead, we considered it as a profit and divided this profit among the partners equally. So now what we will do, we will subtract item second out of item first. We will subtract 3,000 from 2,000 and 3,000 from 4,000. So subtracting 3,000 out of 2,000, we will get 1,000 negative balance, and 3,000 minus 4,000, we will get 1,000 positive balance. All right, that means Benny should have been credited by rupees 2,000, but we have credited his account by 3,000. So that means Benny will have to pay excess amount that he have received. How much excess amount he have received? He have received 1,000 extra. That means his account need to be debited. Getting a negative balance means such partner's account must be debited by 1,000. And positive balance means such partner's account must be credited by that particular amount. So in this situation, we will be debiting the Benny's account. That means we will be deducting 1,000 out of Benny's account, and we will be crediting Azad's account by 1,000. So the general entry to rectify all this will be, Azad's capital account to Benny's capital. All right, amount will be 1,000 debited to Azad's capital account, 1,000 to Benny's capital. Okay, I'm sorry. Benny's capital account should be debited, na? Benny and Azad should be debited. Sorry. So Benny's capital account debited to Azad's capital account. Since Azad is getting a positive balance, therefore we will have to credit Azad's capital account and debit the Benny's capital. Is this clear, everyone? Let me show you the entire solution one more time. See, as I told you, first of all, in order to solve this question, we will be preparing this statement, which is called statement of past adjustment. And in this statement, we will first of all write down what should have been actually done, what amount should have been actually credited. So we have forgot to credit the interest on capital at 5%. So first of all, we will be writing amount should have been credited by way of interest, 2,000 to the Azad's capital account and 4,000 to Benny's capital account. But the same amount, 2000 plus 4000, we have divided this value considering it as a profit in the equal ratio. So now we will write down amount that already been credited. So this amount have already been credited by way of profit, and the profit must have been divided among the partners in the equal ratio since they are equal partners. So 3,000 must have been shared by both these partners equally. Now, finding when we find out the difference, we come to the conclusion that Azad, who should have actually got 2,000 only, he got 3,000 due to the mistake, and Benny, who should have got 4,000, he only got 3,000. That means Azad will have to pay 1,000 that he received extra, and Benny will be compensated 1,000 more out of the Azad's account. So we will be passing the general entry like this. Azad's capital account will be deducted by 1,000. That means Azad capital account will be debited. And Benny's capital account will be increased by 1,000. That means to Benny's capital account credited. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Everyone else, is this clear? Do I need to explain anything again? Just tell me if anyone wants to explain the entire thing again. Anyone? Okay, all right. So I want all of you to write it down now. Please note this statement on your notebook. This is solution to question number 45. Please note it down, and then I'll show you the slide of the journal entry as well. Just tell me when you guys are done. Done, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, done.
Done, okay. All right, so let me show you the slide of the journal entry as well. So this is the journal entry that we'll be doing. Azad's capital account will be debited since he got 1,000 extra, and Benny's capital account will be credited since he received 1,000 less.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Oh, wait, sir.
Okay. Done. Okay, I'm moving to the next slide. Question number 46. This is also based on the past adjustment, and I want all of you to try this question. Question number 46 says Ram, Mohan, and Sohan sharing profit and losses equally have capitals of rupees 1,20,000, 90,000, and 60,000 respectively. For the year ended 31st of March 2021, interest credited to them 6% instead of 5%. Give adjustment general entry. Okay, so again in this question, since it is not mentioned whether the capital balances are the opening or the closing, so we can simply presume that these are the opening capital balances. All right, so again in this question, we have to prepare the statement of past adjustment, and then we will make the necessary changes and find out whose which partner's account should be debited and whose account should be credited, and then accordingly we will pass the general entries. So guys, first of all I want all of you to prepare the format of the past adjustment. Prepare the format of the past adjustment. And since this time we have three partners, Ram, Mohan, and Sohan, so we will have to make three columns. Ram, Mohan, and Sohan. First of all, we will write down amount that should have been credited. Amount should be credited. Amount already credited. Okay. So see in this question is saying that, let me show you. Just a minute. Yeah. Question is saying that interest that was credited at the rate of 6%. Actually, the rate of interest was only 5%. So see, actually the rate of interest was how much? Rate of interest that needed to be paid to the partner should be 5%. But that means we have credited 5%. Sorry, we should have credited 5%, but the rate of interest that we actually credited in their account is 6%. Okay, is that right? This should be done. This should be done, but This is what we have actually done. Rate of interest that should be credited to the partners is 6%. Sorry, the rate of interest that should be credited to the partner is 5%, but the rate of interest that we credited in the partner's account is 6%. So that means there is a mistake of interest at the rate 1%. We have committed, we have how much extra amount we have credited into the partner's account? Tell me. How much extra interest we have credited to the partner's capital account? Tell me. 1% extra have been credited to the partner's capital account. Is that correct? Is that correct? Let's suppose, let me show you. Suppose total amount of capital was 1000 or 100, for example. Let's suppose the capital amount was 100 rupees and partner should actually receive 5%. That means he should be credited by 5 rupees. But by mistake, we have credited 1 rupee extra in his account. That means we have credited 6 rupees extra. That means how much extra amount we have credited in the partner's capital account? We have credited 1 rupees extra. Is that correct? Is that clear, everyone? If we have credited 6% interest instead of 5%, then there is a mistake of 1% only. Is that right, everyone? Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That also means that we must have undervalued our profit. Undervalued our profit. Profit must have been undervalued by how much? 1%. The same amount which was divided among the partner by way of interest, this should actually be divided among the partners by way of profit. So this 1% should have been divided by way of profit, but we have by mistake divided it among the partners by way of interest. Is that right? Amount or the rate of interest that should actually get divided among the partners by way of profit, we have divided it among the partners by way of interest. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now see, since amount that is credited among the partners by way of interest, so we will first of all, I'm going to write down the second item first of all. Amount already credited. So we have credited by way of interest. Amount that is already credited by way of interest among the partner. Amount already credited by way of interest among the partner is how much? 1% extra. So we will find out the 1% of the capital, 1% of their capital balances. 1% of their capital balances will be 1% of 1,20,000 will be 1,200. Just a minute. 1,20,000. Okay. So 1,200. 1% of 1,20,000. 1% of 90,000 will be 900. And again 600. Okay. 600. Okay. So this is credited among the partners by way of interest, but this amount should actually get divided among the partner by way of profit. Now I'm going to write down amount should be credited. Amount that should be credited by way of profit. These entire amounts should have been credited among the partners by way of profit. So let's just total all these values. 1,200 plus plus 900 plus 600. 2,700, I guess. Yeah. So this 2,700 should be divided among the partners by way of profit. And what is the profit sharing ratio among the partners? Okay, so they were the equal partners. So now we will divide the profit equally. So 27 divided by 3. Each partner should get 900, 900, 900. That means 2,700 that was earlier divided by way of interest, it should actually be allocated among the partner by way of profit 900, 900, 900. Okay, is this clear, everyone? Nobody should write it down. Just try to understand everything. I'll give you time to note it down everything. Is it clear to everyone? Any doubts?
Yes.
This amount should be credited. Sorry, this amount already been credited by way of interest, but the same should have been credited by way of profit. So first of all, I have written by way of interest. Amount should amount already credited by way of interest, 1200, 900, 600, and amount these amount should have been credited by way of profit. So they are the equal partners. So if we divide the entire amount equally, each partner is going to get 900, 900, 900. So now we will find out their differences. Let's find out the differences. Difference will be 900 minus 1200. We will get minus 300. 900 minus 900 will be 0. 900 minus 600 we will get 3000 positive balance. That means Ram's account will be, tell me guys, Ram's account will be debited or credited? He should have got 900. He actually got 1200. That means he will have to pay back 300, right? So we will have to deduct his capital account. That means we will have to debit his capital account balance. And similarly, Sohan should have got 900. He actually got only 600. That means he received 300 less. So therefore, we will have to credit his account by 300. So now we will pass the general entry. Ram's account debit to Sohan's account. So the general entry will be Ram's account debit to Sohan's account. 300 debited, 300 credited. This is it. This is how we will be solving this question. Tell me guys, is this clear everyone? Anybody having any doubt? Is it clear to all of you, Hiba, Mariam?
Sir, why you took 2700 multiplied by 1 by 3?
Since they are equal partner, na, so I have divided the entire amount equally among the three partners. There are three partners, right? And they are sharing the profit and losses equally. So the entire
Okay, so
2700 I have
900
divided among the three
plus
partners.
900.
Plus 900.
Plus,
This way you will get 2700.
yeah, 2700. Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. So guys, note it down. I'm showing you the solution on the PowerPoint. Okay. Please note this statement on your notebook, statement of past adjustment, and also the general entry I'll be showing you on the next slide. Next question is almost similar, guys. So you will have to attempt that question. So if you have any doubt in this question, please clear that doubt now, because the next question is going to be almost same. If you have problem understanding this question, then you won't be able to solve the next question.
So you took the interest on capital of the three partners, right?
Yeah, I have calculated interest on capital of the partners
Yeah, interest
at
on
the
capital.
rate 1% only. Since there was a we have credited 1% extra in their capital account. So therefore, I have calculated interest at 1% only. Is that clear? Ram's capital account was 1,20,000. Mohan's capital account balance was 90,000. And Suhan's capital account was 60,000. So I've just calculated 1% of that amount. Since there was a mistake of only 1%. Now. Got it, everyone? Is this clear? Can I move to the next PowerPoint, next slide? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Also note down the general entry quickly so that we can start with the next question. And I'm sure that all of you must have been informed that Wednesday will be a small test. There is going to be a half an hour test of accounts in the Wednesday class, in the second half of the session. In the first half, in the first half an hour, we will be discussing the topic of the account. Then in the later half an hour part, we will be doing the test based on the accounts. It will be a small test. It will be of around 15 marks or 20 marks, I guess, for half an hour. So prepare everything that we did in this question. Test will contain only 2-3 small questions. Done, everyone? Can I move to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, see, question number 47. This is almost similar to the previous one. Read it once. It says that Ram, Shyam, and Mohan were partners in a firm, sharing profits in the losses, and the losses in the ratio of 2:1:2. Oh, okay. This time they are not equal partners. This time they have the different profit sharing ratios. Their capital balances are given 3 lakh, 1 lakh, and 2 lakh. So again, there is nothing mentioned in the question that whether it is the opening or the closing capital balances. So we will simply presume that these are the opening capital balances. And the rate of interest is 9. Okay. Question is saying that interest on capital was credited to them at the rate 9% instead of 10%. Okay. So this time the rate of interest was actually 10%, but we have under credited the interest by 1%. So only 9% of the interest on capital have been credited instead of 10%. Okay, that means there is again difference of 1% only, but that 1% must have been earlier divided as a profit, right? Because we are not giving the interest to the partner, right? There is a difference of 1%. The same amount which is not allocated among the partners by way of interest, that must have been divided among the partners by way of profit. Okay, so the profit of rupees, there is a profit of rupees 2,50,000. Sorry, we need to show the working notes and pass the necessary general entries. Okay, so I hope the question is almost clear to all of you. Everything is almost same in this question. The only thing is that this time we have credited 9% instead of 10%. Okay, so the 1%, the difference of 1% must have been earlier divided among the partners by way of profit. All right, guys, so I'm giving you 5 minutes. Solve this question. Pass the necessary general entry, 5-7 minutes. Then I'll show you the solution. Done, everyone? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Kushi, Mariam, Heba, you guys
Yes,
are
sir.
trying?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you show the previous questions?
Previous question.
Yeah, the journal entry, journal entry.
General. Just this is the general entry. Done. See, let me explain this question to you again. See, in this question, what is happening? Question is saying that 10%, 9% of interest on capital is actually credited instead of 10%. That means partners should have got 10% interest on their capital, but they only got 9% as interest on capital. That means there is a difference of 1%. 1% is the amount that they did not get as the interest on capital. All right. That means this 1% must have been, this 1% must have been divided among the partners, among the partners by way of profit. We must have divided the 1% by way of profit among the partners. But this 1% should have actually been credited by way of interest among the partners, right? So what are we going to do? We will be writing the first thing that should have been done. Amount should be credited. So amount that should be credited by way of interest. Amount that should be credited by way of interest at the rate 1% on capital. On capital. So see, the capital balances are 3 lakh, 1 lakh and 2,000. That means 1% of 3 lakh will be 3,000 and 1% of 1 lakh will be 1,000 and 1% of 2 lakh will be 2,000. Okay. This the 3,000, 1,000 and 2,000 should have been credited among the partners by way of interest. But this entire amount was actually divided among the partner by way of profit. So what are we going to do now? We will be writing amount already been credited. Amount already been credited by way of profit. By way of profit. So how much is the total of 3,000, 1,000, 2,000 will be? It will be 6,000. Okay. So this 6,000 was actually divided among the partner by way of profit instead of giving it as the interest. So now let's find out the profit sharing ratio. So their profit sharing ratio is 2:1:2. That means this entire amount must have been divided among the partner in the ratio of 2:1:2. Is that clear, everyone? So now we will divide this amount among the partners in this profit sharing ratio. We will get, just a minute, it will be 2400 for Ram and 1200 for Sham, and Mohan's account will be 2400. Okay, am I clear, all of you?
Yes,
Is this
sir.
entire calculation is clear? Okay. Now we will find out the differences. So let's find out the differences. The differences will be 3000 minus 2400. We will get a positive balance of 600. 1000 minus 1200. We will get a negative balance of 200. And 2000 minus 2400. We will get a negative balance of 400. So these signs basically means that Ram's account will be credited by 6,000, Shyam's account will be debited by 200, and Mohan's account will also be debited by 400. Debit means we have to subtract 400 out of the Mohan's capital account, 200 out of the Shyam's capital account, and 600 will be credited to the Ram's capital account. Is this clear, everyone? So the general entry will be Mohan's capital account, Shyam's capital account debit to Ram's capital account. Let me show you the solution of this question. Note it down. This is the correct solution. If anyone having any doubt can ask. This will be the general entry of this question, guys. I am sure that all of you already have done it. See, journal entry will be Ram's capital account to Shyam's capital account into Mohan's capital account. Ram's account will be debited, Shyam's account will be credited, Mohan's account will also be credited. Is this clear, everyone? The question is clear to all of you. Solution is also clear to all of you. If anybody want to ask anything, please tell me. Then we have to start the next question. Hiba, Abin,
Yes, 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 sir.
is this clear?
Clear,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Mariam, this is clear. Mariam, Khushi, Ayan. Everything in this question is clear. Okay. All right, guys. So this is now we will be discussing one last question in the past adjustment topic. This is going to be the last question, 42. In today's session, we have to cover a few more questions based on this, the same concept in the next section, next session also. But let's discuss the last question for this particular session. Question number 48. On 31st of March 2021, after the closing of the accounts, the capital account of PQ and R stood in the books of the firm at rupees 40,000, 30,000, 20,000 respectively. Subsequently, it was noticed that the interest on interest on capital at 5% had been omitted. Okay, we completely forgot to credited interest in the partner's capital account by 5%. All right. Now, question is saying that the profit at the end of the year is 60,000 and the partner's drawing was also there, 10,000, 7,500 and 4,500. The profit sharing ratio is also given in the question. Question is asking us to pass the necessary adjustment entry. That means we need to pass the general entries to rectify to make make the adjustment. All right. So first of all, guys, tell me in this question whether what do you think the opening capital balances are given in the question, or these are the closing capital balances? Tell me. The capital balances of the partner PQ and R 40,000, 30,000, 20,000. What do you think? These are the closing capital balances or the opening capital balances?
Sir, closing.
Correct. These are the closing capital balance, because question is specifically saying that on 31st of March, after the closing of the accounts, the capital account of PQ and R stood at. That means these are the closing capital balances. Now the problem is that unless and until you have the opening capital balance, you won't be able to find out the interest on capital. So unless and until you have the interest on capital, you won't be able to prepare the statement of past adjustment. So that means in order to prepare the statement of past adjustment, in order to find out the interest on opening capital balances, we have to first of all find out the opening capital balance of the partner. And we already did a topic based on the same concept where we needed to find out the opening capital, wherein I have told you, I basically taught you how to find out the opening capital balances of the partner. Remember that? How to find out the opening capital balances of the partner. So in order to find out the opening capital balance of the partner, we have a simple formula. We take the closing balance of the partner, then we add amount of drawing in that and subtract the amount of profit. So closing balance plus drawing less profit, we will get the opening balance. Is this clear, all of you? We did this topic earlier when I was covering the interest on capital part. When I was teaching you the calculation of interest on capital, there we already covered how to calculate the opening capital balances. So I'm sure all of you already remember that. Okay. Anyways,
Yes.
let me show you how that is done. So in this question, unless and until we found the opening capital balance, we won't be able to find out the interest on capital. So first, make a working note. So first of all, let's just make the format of the past adjustment. I don't want you to note it down. I just want you to understand. I'll give you extra time to note everything down. Just pay attention, try to understand everything. So first of all, we will be making statement showing past adjustment. Showing past adjustment. Okay, and in this question, we have again three partners. So particulars balance of P, balance of Q, and balance of R. Then we'll write down amount should be credited, amount that should have been credited, and then we'll write down amount actually credited. Okay, so first thing, amount that should be credited by way of profit. See, sorry, by way of interest. Interest is omitted to be written by the partner, omitted to be deducted by the partners, or omitted to be credited among the partners. That means same interest on capital must have been divided among the partners by way of profit. So amount should have been credited among the partner by way of interest, by way of interest on capital. But we mistakenly forgot to write that down, and we must have credited that amount by way of profit. Now the question arises, how much interest is omitted to be written, omitted to be credited to the partner's capital account? So for that purpose, we have to find out the opening capital balance of the partner. So and due to that, I'll have to make the separate working note. This is the working note. Working note. I'm making the extra working note to find out the opening capital balance. Opening capital balance of the partner. And I've already told you how to find out the opening capital balances. First of all, let me just make the format of it. Particulars P, Q, and R. So first of all, we'll write down the closing balances of the partner that is given in the question. Closing balances of the partner is given as 40,000, 30,000, and 20,000. So 40, 30, and 20,000 is already given in the question. And then in this amount, we will add the amount of drawings. Amount of drawing is also given in the question. See, amount of drawing in the last section of the question, highlighted by the blue color. It is written that P have withdrawn 10,000 and Q have withdrawn 7,500 and 4,500 by R respectively. So 10,000, 7,500, 10,000, 7,500, and 4,500 will be added to their closing balances. And then we will subtract the amount of profit. So see, the profit was 60,000, right? 60,000 was the profit, and their profit sharing ratio was 3:2:1. So this 60,000 must have been divided among the partner in the profit sharing ratio 3:2:1. So that means P must have got 30,000 by way of profit, and 20,000 must have been received by Q. R must have got 10,000. Now we will add the drawings and subtract the profit. This is how we will be able to find out the opening capital balance of the partner. Opening balance of the partner. So opening balance of the partner will be 40,000 plus 50,000, 10,000, it will be 50,000. Subtracting 30,000 out of it, we will get 20,000 as the opening capital balance of P, and 30,000 minus 20,000, 10,000 plus 17,000, 7,500, we will get 17,500, and 20,000 minus 10,000, we will get 10,000, and adding 4,500 in that, we will get 14,500 as the opening capital balance of the R. I hope this calculation is clear to all of you. In order to find out the opening balances of the partner, we will have to add the drawing and subtract the profit. And by doing that, we will be able to find out their opening capital balances. Now, since you got the opening capital balance, now you will be able to calculate the interest on capital as well. If you remember, question is saying that interest on capital was 5%. That is omitted to be written, omitted to be credited among the partners. That means interest on capital is 5%. So now we will simply calculate 5% of 20,000. It will be 1,000, and 5% of 17,500. it will be 875, and 5% of 14,500 will be 725. 725. Is this clear, everyone? The calculation is clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
see,
It's
we
clear.
will come back to the main working of this question. We will come back to the statement showing parts adjustment, and here we will be writing in the value of the interest on capital that should actually be credited among the partners. So P should have got 1,000 by way of interest, 1,875 and 725. I don't want any one of you to write it down. I'll show you the PowerPoint and you can take the screenshot shot from that and later note that thing on your notebook. All right, so 1,875, 725, this is the interest that should be credited, but this entire amount was credited among the partner by way of profit. So let's just total all these values. 1,000 plus 875 plus 725. The total is 2,600. So 2,600 was actually credited among the partners by way of profit, mistakenly, by way of profit. And that must have been credited among the partners in the profit sharing ratio. That was 3:2:1. So 3:2:1. So if you will find out the share of the P, you will get the 6 into 3.
So this we have to note.
Sorry?
So this we have to note it down.
Yeah, don't write anything down. Just try to understand it. I'll give you extra time for noting down everything. Okay. So now we will calculate the share of profit for Q. 2,600 divided by 6 multiply by 2. It will be 866.66. So we can round it off at as 867. And 1,300 plus 867 subtracting 2,600, we will get 433. Okay. Now you already know what to do. Now we will find out the differences. Now we will find out the difference. So here you can see there is a difference of 300 negative balance minus 300, and there is a difference of 433 plus 725, 292 rupees, 292. This is a positive balance, and here we will have 8 rupees positive balance. Okay, so minus 300 plus 800 plus 292. So that means P's account needed to be debited. Q's account will be credited by 8 rupees. R's capital account will also be credited by 8 rupees. Sorry, 292 rupees. Is this clear, everyone? This is how we will be preparing the statement of past adjustment. Am I clear, all of you? Any question, any doubt?
Clear, sir.
No doubt. Okay. So guys, since we are already out of time, so I want all of you to take this screenshot of the solution quickly and later note this solution in your notebooks, please. Take the screenshot. Let me know when you are done.
Done,
This
sir.
is the statement of past adjustment. And based on the statement of past adjustment, you already know we have to pass the general entries. So the general entry for this question will be Q's account debit, P's account debit to Q account to R's capital account. So this will be the general entry. Take the screenshot of this as well. And also, I have made an extra slide for the working note. So also take the screenshot of the working note section as well. This is the working. In this working note, I have calculated the opening capital balances of the partner by adding the drawing and subtracting the profit out of the closing capital. So I hope everything is clear to all of you guys. So this is it for today's class. We will continue from this point onward. We will discuss 1 or 2 more questions based on the past adjustment. And then probably in the next class, we will continue. We will start with a new topic, That will be, I guess, it will be
Please
valuation of group.
show the question. I'm going to take the photo.
Sorry?
Can you show the question?
Yeah, just this is the question. Done, everyone?
The solution.
Okay, the solution also. This is the solution. Statement
Yes,
of past
right.
adjustment, and then the journal entry, and then finally the working note. Done? Anything else? Anything else, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
All right, everyone. So this is it. And just a minute. Let me check if I have any question to give you as homework. Yeah, okay. So this is the question number 49. I want all of you to try this question. This will be a homework. Question 49. If you are unable to solve it, we will be discussing this question in the next class. Okay. This will be a little difficult, as it have this time. It is saying that we forgot to credit two items. Firstly, interest on capital, and then interest on drawing was also omitted to be credited. So you have to deal with two items. Anyways, so this is it for today's session. This is your homework. I hope all of you understand everything in today's class. So guys, you can now sign out, and everyone else, just a minute. Halima and Aman, guys, please wait for 2 minutes. I'll continue with you after a break of 2 minutes. All right, please wait for 2 minutes. We will continue with your session with a break of 2 minutes. Everyone else can leave, Eva and everyone else.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.